welcome to the Thursday show today. I just thought I'd come back with another edition of my popular show. As I was saying there, the news of the day, was just going to read out the Irish Independent news. The latest news there, it was on Sky News and it was on RT News, was 10 dead in Russia plane crash. Wagner boss who led failed coup on passenger list. That's what it's maintaining anyway. It's saying was the man there, Russian mercenary Yevgeny Prigozhin was listed as a passenger on a private jet. It doesn't say much more now about it. On the Sky News, they thought it was everyone on the plane died and the 10 people there, and that was reported because I was listening on my radio earlier on there, and that was reported on the news. So, and then it says more HPV vaccine catch-up program extended to men up to age 22 who lost out on school job. And then we had to win at least 8 games. Cameron Drummond sets Derry title target. That's on the thing on the latest on the Irish Independent news. And then it's extra motivation for next year. Adika eyes Olympic after 4th place. I was listening to that as well. That race, it was good. She came forward, and congratulations. That was a good result. Although he didn't get a medal, but it was great. And my youngest is starting play school, and then Sarah Lavin smashes Deborah O'Rourke's Irish record to finish 5th in world semi-final. That was on as well. And then on the sports section, it's more about Razanki Adaki as the Olympic there, and it's extra motivation for next year. Eyes Olympic after 4th place at World Champions. And that's what it says there. Boost for Dublin All-Ireland defence as Paul Mannion confirms he will return in 2024. And then more about the Cavan manager. That was the thing that was on the news. Raymond Galligan set to go from Cavan goalkeeper to manage after getting backing at management committee. I see at Cavan. That was then the thing. And then more about Jim McGuinness. I wouldn't write them off from challenging straight away. According to this, James Coleman says Jim McGuinness can be instant Donegal success. That is believable, alright, since he done very well when he was with Donegal, and it is very convincing that he will do well. And then on the Hogan Stand website, the latest on that, I just go straight to that. The latest there, Ryan to continue as Kildare boss, I say. Carlo suffer Clary blow. That story is Clare's 2000 prospects have been piqued by the news that Owen Cleary is taking a break from the inter-county scene. He's one of their good players there. He plays for Milltown Bay Malby Clubman, and that's there. And that was a story there that was on the paper. And then Malloy issues rallying cry after McGuinness' return. That's just the latest there on the things that's happening. So, and then on the RTE website, I was going to go to that. I usually go to that. The RTE News website. The latest on that. More about the Russian found out Wagner mercenary group was on board the plane that crashed. There more about that. And I see Mr. Giuliani surrenders in Trump election case. I saw that story. Donald Trump's former personal lawyer, Rudolph Giuliani, has surrendered at jail. It's like a mafia thing, isn't it? They're all going in and being arrested. The only thing that's not being done is it doesn't show you the handcuffs being put on them. Each one of them. They've committed crimes and it has to happen, and they have to throw the book at them, I think. That's the only way. If Elliot Ness was there, he'd do the job on them. As I was saying there, he's the man that's missing there, really. These are all gangsters, the whole lot of them. Throw them all in and don't ever see the key again. That's what I say, the whole lot of them. there's no convincing there. So that's the way I look at it anyway. So then I was just gonna give you a bit of the Bray people news, as I was saying. On the story there, on the front page there, it says about Kilruddery. Work has begun on a phase one of two-phase resident development at Kilruddery Demesne after plans were first lodged in December. The 8-acre site was bought by Glanville in 2009 million. Residents use in the local area plan. The development will consist of 125 dwellings with 90 units. So that's the story that's on the front page. And then 2,379 left untreated at St. Vincent's Hospital, according to John Brady TD. And that's the and then more inside the page, Foggyfield site to be developed into housing estate, 125 new homes to be built at Colrodery, and that is, I see them doing work all right. That is the latest story. And Katie Taylor reportedly earns 1,931 per Instagram post, according to the paper there. Warning as diesel stolen from car in Bray. Bray Garda have advised drivers to consider installing anti-devices on the cars after an incident of the diesel theft in the town. So that's the latest thing that's going on. I wouldn't put it past any people. So consultation opens for proposed N11 park and ride site in Foster Road, according to this. And then TD raises concerns as laughing gas canisters found in play area, and this shows you a picture there in Ballywater Playground and the canisters they found. So that is frightening as well. That can happen. And then Finn Boylan, there's a bit of an article there. Man describes how he narrowly avoided death fighting. A Wicklow man who has been documented in the fist fighting in Ukraine has described how he narrowly avoided death when his team was targeted by a Russian drone strike. I think that story may have been on the RT News about it, so I did see it. The Bray native said he believes the fighting in Ukraine will go on for several years. It's going to be a lot more casualties and a lot more young men, Boylan told RTE. And I saw that. That was the thing there. And then Hosier Foam incurred 184,497 write-down in its financial assets, according to this. And it's doing well, I was saying. People of Bray raised over 66,000 for P8. That is a staggering amount of money, and good going. That's what all I would say. And beautiful Wicklow River set to be restored in water quality scheme. Stephen Matthews at the Avonmore River, according to that. And then more then about the code there. Most expensive Wicklow Air Code has been revealed. Greystone emerged as town with the top price tag, according to this. And Ireland only chess grandmother to take place in Bray tournament. The annual Bray chess tournament returns on Sunday, August 20 at Greystone, so say. And Hollywood glamour to hit Newcastle. The village of Newcastle is rolling out the glitz and glamour Parish Hollywood themed fair, which takes place on Saturday, August 26th. I say that's the thing that's going on there. Team take on Helen Back in memory of late Aaron Smith, late Greystone man. Aaron picked at the Taj Mahal. The family and friends of late Wicklow man will pay tribute to the memory by undertaking the 8 kilometers course as Helen Black. So that's a good thing to do. So Varty Lake has set the scene for Lake's 10K run or walk. And I see safaris come to Wicklow, and that's the latest then on that. And then as I go through quick the pictures, there's few pictures there of people in the summer events, St. Catherine's Association summer events, Gravestone. And then on the page then, Joan Caffrey and her husband Paul finalising plans to renovate a family house when she came upon the home of her dreams in Wicklow. It almost escapes her grasp, she tells reporter Mary O'Sullivan. And it shows you a picture there. It's a good, lovely house, all right. And plenty of thing outside. It looks massive. And then that's assessment of social housing to review, they say. That's the other story, yeah. And then there's not much really pictures. A lot of pictures here. Seem to be more pictures than usual in the pub and in the paper. And then the farming Wicklow IFA highlight key role of Taishka apprenticeship in the future of farm succession. And that's the story then. And 220-acre Wicklow property with extensive forestry hits the market, I say. And then action of national institution won't say fading monolith of RTE. That is the thing about there are mixed feelings as Ryan Tubridy's contract is not being renewed with RTE. I see there's talks there about him going to another station. It's not really giving you what it is. I hope it's not the other station, GP News, as they're saying. That is really toxic. People on it there. It's I don't look at it at all. I look at Sky News more actually than that one. So if he goes there, I don't know. And then Monday, Groundhog Day, I see it's on ITV4, 9:30. And then Spinal Tap, I did see that, the 1984 film. Skyfall is on Saturday, which is another James Bond film. ITV, that's on. And this week in 1978, Substitute was the hit, Clout. That was the hit number one. And I see All Girl Clout the Grease Train for a week. And that's then. And then the dog. The article this week is Holly had a stone as big as an egg in her bladder. They found that a stone made of urine crystal was removed from Holly's bladder, which it looks massive there. Pete Waterburn, animal doctor, that's the article this week. And legendary turtles are visitors at this time of year. According to this, the fresh remains of a dead leathery turtle rushed in on the beach with its eyes packed out by gales. So that's on that. And then there's an article there about trials. David Maclough, he writes an article about the upcoming fetch which will bring the best in the business to a large field near Manacle Bride next month. I don't think it's a sport, it's a craft. Sheepdog trialing is a way of life and it's expensive for what you do at all. So that's what the article is about this week. So it's interesting article enough. That's on 37, an interview then. And then this week on the Cookan, Edwards Torridale, a spaniel with Rosa. That was what he cooked there this week. So if people want to look at that recipe. And then Kilmechanic, just give you the latest on that. Very latest, which is good there. That article there. And then around districts, just give you the latest updates on that, which I'm getting. And then Reynolds, David Tucker, he gives that car the new Reynolds, again, E-TAC full hybrid. It gets a good review. The highly efficient drivetrain also results in CO2 emissions as low as 105. So that's good. All versions are powered by the smooth and powerful E-TEC full hybrid. It rethinks two electric motors, so it looks a massive car, alright, and gives a good review. So, and then I didn't come to the sport as such yet. Great day for Glendalough. Host club win team trophy. That's at the athletics, and then Bray Wonders. They had a loss there last week. Sports Direct FA Cup. Bray Wonders nil. Dundalk won. So that was I was looking at that actually. Getting the score on Twitter. So and then Kiltegan, that's Camogie, Kiltegan 5-6, Knocknana 113. So that was the match. And then I'm gonna go to the the senior championship. Really, there's a lot of Gaelic there, junior, intermediate, but I was just gonna concentrate on the senior there. It's well into it. It's the third round, and there's only two more rounds then left after that. But I think the top four teams in each group get into a quarter-final, so it's well into the senior football in Wicklow in the Gaelic. First, the matches that were played over the weekend was Group 1. Ratnew 1-11, Era Og 2-7, so that was that match, and the top scorers then in that for Ratnew. Gary Bourne, he scored a goal. Jerry American 5 points. Eddie Doyle scored 3. Sean Coffey 1. So the Coffeys were back. James Stafford 2. So they were the scores. And then for Era Og, Darren Hayden, Don Keane 2 points. Brendan Cunningham a goal. So Joe Prendergast a point. So that was in that match. So New are well placed in that. And then St. Patrick's got back into it. They had 4-8 to 16 points. That was in that was in Group 1 as well, and that the scorers then were there for parts. Jody Pelgrew with 2 points, Brian Doyle a point, Kieran McGettigan 1-1, Ronan Murray 1 point goal. So there was, and then Tommy Kelly, he scored a good total 2-3. That was that score. So they seem to be getting back into the race. St. Patrick's, they were gone down a bit. So, and then Tinnahealy 1-12, Dunlavin 1-10, and that was that. Tinnahealy are flying it. And the scorers there were Owen Darcy. I think it's Owen Darcy. He had 6. It says Matthew Ging. Matthew Ging scored as well. It doesn't give you what the scores were. Patrick O'Rourke 2 points. So they have a very good team this year. Tinnahealy, they seem to be flying it. And then the group then as follows. Tinnahealy have 5 points. They're top. Ratnew 5. The second kind of tied for first. St. Patrick's 3 points. Baltinglass 3. And Era Oak and Dunlavin there on bottom there according to that. So I'm not sure. The first 4 in that group then get it quarterfinals, and there's 2 more rounds left. And then in Group 2, it's well placed as well. It's Bray Emmett's 1. The third match, Bray Emmett's 3-7. Avondale 8 points. So they're coming back, Bray, and scores then were as follows. Brian Nesbitt, he scored 1-1. Gavin Rochford 3 points. And then Owen McCormick, he scored 2-1. And Des Kelly 2 points. So that was that scorers. And then for Avondale, Conor McGraina 2 points. Conor Bourne 1 point. And D. McGraina, so they were substitutes. And then Oshin McGraina 3 points. So the Bray seem to be coming back anyway. And then AGM 14 points, Blessington 9 points. So that was that score then. And then the scorers then in that match were Chris O'Brien, he scored 4. Stephen Hurley 2. Dara Fitzpatrick 2. And then for Blessington, it was Kevin Squin. He scored a point. He's back down Silk a point. Anton McLachlan 4 points. So Blessington, before that match, they seemed to be doing well. And then the other match, on Toka 3-8, Kiltegan 17 points. And that makes on Toka, that was a draw. And the top scores then, Shawnee Forling, he scored 6. Brandon Ryan 2 points. Stephen Farrell 2 points. And then for Ontoka, Neil Sherman, he scored 2-1, a good total, 1-6 for JP Nolan. So that was that score then. And then the Group 2, which reads AGB flying it with 6 points. Blessington 4. Kiltegan 3. Bray Emmett's 2. Avondale 2. Ontoka 1. So Bray Emmett's are on 4th spot. AGB 1st. Blessington 2nd. Kiltegan 3. So that's the placing of that group. I was just reading it out. So It's very interesting at the moment. And Bray, and then on the back, champions already into the last four. It just gives you this weekend could see the lineup for the Wicklow Senior Hurling Champions set in stone with the round of pool. Reigning county champions Bray lead the way with 3 wins from 3, and that matches Greystones, I think, on Saturday at 5 o'clock. If people want to go to it, it's on in Ockram, so that match is well placed. And Bray have 3 wins, and they're going for their fourth, so they should get it. And that's the last. That's all the Bray people news there this week. So I give you that. So and I give you the scores. So there's a lot of GA, Wicklow GA going on at the moment, and the only one thing I find is they should stream an odd match. That's what I think, and it'd be interesting to see who the top scorer is in Wicklow GA. I think at the moment it might be Owen Darcy. I've seen he scored a good total, so I just thought I'd go through that anyway. And then I go through the Irish Times just to finish my thing. It just says more about Gene McGuinness appointed Donegal manager. They think his backroom team will include Colin McFadden, Neil McGee and Luke Barrett. And Dublin's Hannah Tyrrell and Paul Mannion win Player of the Month, so it's well deserved there. They had a great game and great performance. I'm just going to go more to the Rose of Tralee. It seemed to get a lot of hits there, but I just don't agree with the 2%ers. I was saying that before. Just leave it to Dotty, leave it to 1%er, and that's all I can say. I've said it before, and I sent messages about it, so that's the way I look at it. I don't think a second percenter is needed anyway. And then it says more about Rashenda Asalek, fourth in 400 metres final at World Championship. She won very well, and congratulations. Dublin is safer than other cities, and street violence is not increasing, says Drew Harris. And that's then that. I see they're doing more about the city violence. So I just like I thought I'd come back with another podcast anyway. Go through the very set news. As I'm saying there's a lot on in Wicklow in the GA, intermediate, junior, senior. So and then the soccer, Bray Wonders. I will go through on my next podcast the English Premier League, which I normally do, but it is at the moment Arsenal are doing well. Two teams, Manchester City. They'll probably win it anyways. That's my view. If I had someone beside me here chatting with me, that's what I'd say. So I'll just end it there now. I thought I'd come back with another podcast. I hope you enjoy it, and goodbye for now. This is my 28th episode, and I'm well there. I just need guests. That's all. Thanks anyway for listening, and goodbye for now.